And our next presenting guest is going to be, I believe, Ralf Dissemond from Germany. Please welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, everybody, to have the opportunity to speak a little bit about the practitioner and especially about the practitioner practicing homeopathy in Europe. And even the headline includes two challenges. The first one is practicing homeopathy, and the second one being a practitioner, not a doctor. This is a very special situation, I think. So I hope I'm fine with the technique. Where is it? This I can use thing. No, no, no. It doesn't work. Thank you. So, homeopathy practiced by practitioners has a very long tradition in Europe. I think it started in the 19th century, and in Germany we have a lot of people who are practicing and also organizations of laymen who are using homeopathy in their daily life, especially in the south of Germany. And practitioners plays a very important role in spreading the approaches of homeopathy and evolving this. And if you see the new methods or the new techniques which appears in homeopathy, a lot of them are coming from practitioners and not from doctors. Practitioners are involved in and support political and professional developments. I will come to this point later. And for many patients, practitioners are the first choice in health issues. So now I can talk about Germany. In Germany, I think homeopathy, for example, is in the mind of the people more related to practitioners than to doctors. And so very often, if somebody wants a homeopathic treatment, he's using or he's looking for a Heilpraktiker. In Germany, the practitioners are called Heilpraktiker. Maybe I say a few words of the Heilpraktiker. So the Heilpraktiker is the basics on which I can practice. It's my legal basics to practice. If you pass the Heilpraktiker exam, you can practice nearly every chem method. There are a few restrictions with diseases I'm not allowed to treat, but mostly I can treat nearly everything. So, and because of the heterogeneous structure within the profession across Europe, the need to give a voice to the profession was obvious. Therefore, the European Central Council of Homeopathy was founded in 1990, and national homeopathy associations can become a member of ECCH. So ECCH has only associations as members and not individuals. Let me say a few words about the heterogeneous structure. It is very different in Europe if you want to practice homeopathy. In Norway, for example, your association has to be registered by the state, and you as a homeopath has to be in an association which is registered with the state. Then you are allowed to practice homeopathy. In Greece, for example, homeopaths has nothing to do with health. They go and announce a business. So their homeopathy is a business, and it's not so related to health. And in countries like Germany or Switzerland, for example, we have a legal structure behind this who allows us to practice. So currently, 16 national associations with about 2,750 practitioners and students across Europe are members of ECCH. And if you remember, I say the practitioner is involved in political activities. Here is a list of associations which ECCH is a member of. First of all, the ENME, the Association of Medicine, Nora is sitting there, Eurochem, a European-based council who presents not only practitioners but also doctors and patients association that is based in Brussels. We are a member of EFA, the European Public Health Alliance, and we are a member of the European Coalition for Homeopathic and Anthroposophical Medical Products. Very important because homeopathy is a method which is based on remedies. Without our remedies, you can't practice homeopathy. And we are in a regular exchange with the ECH, so this is the European Committee for Homeopathy. It's the Doctor Association, the European-wide Doctor Association for Homeopaths. And the Homeopathy Research Institute in London is based in London. And I think at the moment it's the most important research institute for homeopathy. And also we are a member of the ICH, it's the International Council for Homeopathy, which is a worldwide association for non-doctors practicing homeopathy. So when I talk about Europe, I talk about ECCH, because ECCH is our European association, our European umbrella association. And what does ECCH to support its member associations? First of all, if there are legal problems in the country, the ECCH executives provide letters from member association, also support them in legal questions. We have so sometimes, very rarely, but we are invited to the parliament or to the health ministry and they ask us questions about our profession, how we practice homeopathy, what is about our education, how we use the remedies, and so on. And ECCH does also make some research, for example, in relation to the remedies or other legal developments in Europe. And we try to observe, at least we try to observe what is going on in Europe because of the different legislation in different countries. We as an association don't have the power to change the legislation in one country, for example. We can offer our help and we can offer our advice, but we are not in the position to say, please change this or that law so that it is easier for the practitioner to practice homeopathy. So the internal development, ECCH produces during the last 20-25 years a lot of guidelines and standards. And at the moment we are reviewing the education guidelines because one point of criticism which is brought to us is you have no knowledge about medical aspects. You know about homeopathy, you know about your remedies, but you have nearly no idea what is going on in the body, for example, how does a disease develop, and so on and so on. And at the moment we are thinking about that at least 300 to 500 hours of medical training for every homeopath practice in Europe is important. Not to be more confident in what we are doing, and to also, if someone criticizes us, that we can say, okay, this was here yesterday, but today we have at least a good medical knowledge. And yeah, I think this is the most important guideline at the moment, the education guideline. And another important one is the bounds of competence. So we are aware of our competences. And for me, for example, if a patient comes with a severe disease and I say, oh, this is beyond my competences, please visit the doctor and do some investigations because I can't guarantee your safety. I send them to a doctor. So, a conclusion I made is homeopaths represented by ECCH are involved in all kinds of political and professional activities across Europe. They support each other under the umbrella of ECCH as a European-wide successful use chemotherapy. So homeopathy is a very successful use chemotherapy. So what does ECCH for patients? So a homeopath without patients is not a homeopath, so we are looking also for the safety of our patients. And ECCH advocates for the patient's rights to choose homeopathy with their preferred practitioner, mostly the practitioner, and equally that homeopaths registered with ECCH member association should the right to have to practice with the European Charter of Fundamental Rights. This is a goal we want to reach. We are not there at the moment, and I think it will take a lot of years until we reach to this point that a practitioner can practice in Europe freely homeopathy. But I'm very sure that we will come to the point because the need of practitioner, of good professional homeopath is really big in the society. So what are the benefits for the patients when they visit a homeopath? The waiting times are mostly shortened than in doctors' clinics because we don't have the pressure to see a lot of patients every day, and this is one of the next points. We can give time to our patients. If the patient is there for 30 minutes, it's fine for me, but if it's there for 60 minutes, it's also fine for me. I don't have to say, okay, the 20 minutes are over, please leave my chamber. I can say, okay, you can stay here with me for more time. I think this is very important, and personally, this is one of the points I hear from my patients. It is really good that you have the time, we can talk, you listen to me, and it's a completely different atmosphere than if you sit in front of somebody who's only watching his computer. It is sadly sometimes this way and not watching the patient. So, and we often have a more comprehensive view at the patient than other practitioners. So, the second conclusion is more for the patients. Homeopaths can offer as much time as needed to the patients, and in many cases they are more flexible with their appointments. Because of the above, for many patients, homeopaths are the first choice in health issues. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much.
Questions?
Questions? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ralf Dissemond. That was Mr. Ralf Dissemond from Germany.